Welcome to What is Healthy, the show where we make delicious food that is surprisingly good for you. Normally, I go really veggie forward, but today it's about the whole grains. We're making turkey, barley, meatballs. Step one is 1 package of ground turkey. I'm using 93.7 lean. You can go 85.15. Also, for once I'm remembering to make a single batch, because you guys know I usually like double or quadruple, but I'm telling you, you are gonna wanna go heavy on this recipe. I'm making a single serving, and as soon as we're done recording, I'm gonna make like triple this all over again. I cannot keep these in my house. I have to make at least 2 dozen extra just for people to steal them. Next, we're going to add the barley. We're gonna use this instead of bread or breadcrumbs as our filler. Thank you, Nick.
Black Game brought to you by Nick.
We added 1 pound of turkey, and now we're gonna add 1 cup of barley. My barley's pre-made, but it's super easy. You can find the directions right on the back of the bag. You don't have to deviate from that at all. Barley, if you're not familiar with it, outside of like beef barley soup, is absolutely delicious. It's a really old grain. It's tender, it's chewy, it's super yummy, and it's really easy to cook. I think it's insanely underrated. We are going to start adding our seasonings. So for our vegetables, we're gonna add a clove of garlic and 1 onion. I'm not gonna dice the onion. I'm actually gonna grate it, and we're gonna throw it all in there, juice and all, because the moisture will come in handy because turkey's a little drier. 1 clove of garlic. I want this nice and fine because we want it to just disappear into the meat. Now the onion. We're gonna grate this down the same way because I really just don't want any of it to... It has a finer texture, so you don't really want chunky stuff in it. Onion juice. If you want to just put it in your food processor and blitz it up really tiny, I don't think anyone's gonna notice. I'm gonna throw the onion and the garlic in, and then the only other veggie going in here, like I said, is the spinach. It's just regular frozen spinach. This guy right here, it's still frozen, so I'm gonna microwave it, squeeze as much of the water as I can out, and then throw that in. The easiest way to do this is to just put it in a tea towel and give it a good squeeze. Look how much water comes out. And this goes in the bowl. I go a little different with these. I don't really do like an Italian flavor profile. I go a bit more Greek. So to season them up, we're gonna add salt and pepper, of course, oregano, and some fresh chopped mint. So I'm gonna grab, I think I usually get about a tablespoon, roll these up into a tight little bunch, and give them a mince. When I make meatloaf or meatballs, I never put the seasoning directly into the meat because I don't want any like pockets that are just all spice. So I always mix it into my liquid first. Now for these, we're not doing milk or water. I'm using plain yogurt. I actually discovered this trick by accident one time because I was making these and realized we didn't have any milk. This was the only dairy thing I had, so I figured let's give it a try. And I found that it keeps things really, really moist. Helps keep them nice and moist and improves the texture.
Now you're creeping me out with it.
All right, so 1 cup of plain yogurt. We're gonna add our mint. I don't know, probably about 1.5 tablespoons. Whatever tastes good to you. And about 1 tablespoon of oregano. Remember, I'm not a measurement person. I came up with these for the sake of this recipe, but you always want to taste and you want to tweak according to your own taste buds. Some salt. I'm gonna guess about 1 teaspoon. And lots of black pepper. Probably about 1/2 teaspoon. All right, I'm gonna get this mixed up really, really well before we add it into the meatball mix. Okay, so we're gonna add our yogurt mixture and crack in 2 eggs. It's time to get messy. All right, this is just about ready, but you can see it's really wet. The last ingredient I add is some oatmeal. I save that for last so I can gauge how much moisture to see how much I need. All right, about 3/4 of a cup. That's already looking better. If you've got little kids, this is a great step for them. They love getting all squishy and gross.
Kids love mud pies.
Kids love mud pies. All right, that looks about right. It's tightened up quite a bit. It's gonna tighten up a little bit more as the oatmeal absorbs more of the moisture. Now all that's left to do is give it a quick taste before we form them into balls and bake them off. All right, give it a try. Tell the truth.
It's mushy.
Well, we're checking for seasoning right now.
Is it done?
It should be done. Let's check the middle. It's done.
I can't tell a turkey. It
Ready?
doesn't start out pink.
See, it's done. That is a long pause. Oh, there he goes. Okay, so the test patty passed Nick's taste test. So we're gonna roll up some meatballs. I like to go a little bit smaller, about like golf ball size, because then you can kind of do more things with them. I've never treated these like Italian meatballs. I've never had them with pasta and red sauce. I've never made them into a sub. What we do with these when, you know, my kids are literally, and my husband are not literally just dipping into them and snacking, is we'll do some lettuce wraps with tzatziki and cucumber slices, radishes, carrots, whatever you like. We will put these in like a wedding soup with some kale and some beans. And again, my husband loves carrots, so we'll put carrots in that. We just eat them straight with a little dip. We make lettuce wraps, and we make wedding soup. What are some other things you think this would be good with? I think it'd be good on avocado toast. I could see this being really good with like an olive oil and tomato based pasta. Just, you know, take some like cherry tomatoes and cut them in half and just cook them just enough to where they're like not raw. There we go. I've got 18 on the tray, probably about a dozen in there. So you'll probably get about 30 meatballs out of this. Don't sit on that number. Don't think, oh, that's plenty. It's not. People are going to snack on these. They're just going to just dip in and eat them. Make yourself extra. Let me wash my hands and then we'll go put those in the oven. Oven's preheated to 375. Meatballs are going to go in about a half an hour. All right, let's see if they're done. They look perfect! Look at them! Oh, they look awesome! They look so, so good. I did one Italian style, which I've never done before. I put a little marinara and some mozzarella and popped it in the microwave. So we're gonna try that together for the first time. But first, let's try it plain. Oh, look how soft that is and how easy it went through. It's not dry at all. The yogurt is really good for that. It really buys you some time. If you forget about it and leave it in a little long, the yogurt will keep it moist. Really good. I'm telling you, make triple, quadruple. Let's see if a Greek flavor profile works with like Italian style, dressing it up, traditional use. It's good. I would probably like this better with spaghetti squash than actual spaghetti, because the herbaliness I think would be like something kind of vegetal. But it's good. I think we'll kind of keep ours, but if somebody fed me this, I wouldn't be mad at it. So if you're a little bit nervous about doing wedding soup or lettuce wraps, you could definitely throw this in with some spaghetti and some sauce. I really hope you try this. I hope you enjoyed learning how to make it. If you want more, like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.